stupid.
I think anytime. I think Fallout 76 anytime is going free to play. At this rate.
I'm surprised it hasn't yet.
Yep. It should be after the first year. I'm like, okay, we're gonna do like free to play stuff.
No, it's technically it's free to play. Kalau Game Pass. Technically.
Why must you remind me? Why must you remind me that I can right now play Fallout 76?
Yeah, you can right now with the low price of 50 ringgit a month, you can play Fallout 76.
Oh boy. How much do we bet Starfield is gonna be a shit show?
Oh, they haven't shown gameplay until now, so I'm guessing yes.
Then stand up Bethesda lah. They wait until the big day, the big summer day.
The big summer day.
Mm-hmm. Will this be good thought or no good thought?
Depends. Do we get the meme? Ataupun is just another 60 times the detail?
Put a bookmark on that.
Yeah. Could be worse. Could be... Yeah, it could be Babylon Fonts who's just have one player this week. One player. Pure man.
Yeah, that's the start, I guess. It's recording, right? It's recording. Yeah. Welcome to dia.log, the Game Matters podcast.
Wow.
Raya edition.
Raya one late edition. One day late.
Or episode 109 for those who keeping count. Yeah. Selamat Hari Raya for those who celebrate it. And yeah.
How's everyone's Raya, by the way?
Who wants to go first? Mine was, I think it's weird.
The less cursed one first.
I guess mine is the less cursed one. Well, for one is that everyone is here, so we Raya here in this one home, nowhere to go. And apparently when the news dropped that we celebrating a day earlier, my goal is to just say relax. We don't need to rush anything. What we have, we have. Whatever that is served, is served. We don't need all the lemak. We don't need all the ketupat. I mean, we did get eventually, but still, the main concern is to not get the makcik to go berserk, because this could have been panic mode. How's you guys?
I'll go first.
Anan?
Okay, my dad already got some tips that Raya will be like one day early. So, like, we're not exactly like panicking. Just, the rest of the family don't know yet. So, when the news drop, okay, a bit of panic, but nothing big. So, yeah. I mean, whatever we have in the house, it's not going, tak adalah, like, let's go shopping, buy some stuff. No, like, okay, whatever we have. Just make some curry and nasi impit. We'll do ketupat tomorrow. All those little things, yeah. Still Raya though. Still good.
Yeah. I mean, the worst part is that we miss lontong, but that's about it. I mean, I can live without lontong for one day.
For me personally, as long as I have like nasi impit or ketupat and kuah kacang, that's Raya for me. When I get it on the first day of Raya, that's good enough.
So I guess the most cursed by default is Daniel's then.
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. My football team just lost.
Oh.
It do be like that. It has been an interesting week because to the fact that okay, so on Sunday I actually came back from from my hometown of Sungai Petani Kedah on Sunday. Because we're not technically this Raya. I'm not exactly berayaing as you might say, because due to the fact that I have to, because I have to not officiate, like macam like look after my little brother because he's doing his IGCSEs. So like A level, is it A levels?
I think so.
Yeah, it's A levels. Yeah, A level exams. So I have to like moderate lah his paper while he's doing it. So on that Sunday, that cursed Sunday. Okay, like the fun thing is because we arrived at KL like around 7:10, so memang we won't reach the all important 7:20 breaking of the fast. So we might as well went to Mid Valley, and all was calm right until 7:45 when did the story broke out, like 8?
Yeah, 8 o'clock. Something, yeah.
So 7:20, like we brought some drinks, so breakfast in the car, and then 8 o'clock, like 7:45, sampai like arrive in like the Valley, so find a seat at some food court, whatever. I literally my revelation of this Raya on Monday is when I was holding a literal plate of chicken rice back to my seat, sat down, bought drinks as well, so sat down. My mom just casually say, esok Raya lah. Like without any panic at all. Esok Raya.
Oh, okay, cool.
No context. Esok Raya.
What's this code name? Not here Hydra. Esok Raya. Esok Raya.
Esok Raya. So, it do be like that. So
wait,
we spent we came back like around 9, and then like spent like 3 hours until 12 to 1, like cleaning the house, masak the ketupat and rendang and all.
I thought it was like, since you were at the shopping mall during that time, I thought it was gonna be pandemonium.
Oh, it was.
Around there, everyone.
Since there's an Aeon underground of the Mid Valley. I didn't go to the PvP zone. My parents did.
Suddenly declared PvP zone. Oh god.
The dark zone. I don't know where.
Server count suddenly go high. What? All the players log in that day. Some not by choice.
Yeah. Like the best part, like my siblings, we went by like, I might as well like buy some food while we wait for the next day for the ketupat rendang to be cooked, right? Like the best part, we went to the Carl's Jr. There was a line and everybody's buying burgers, like for some reason. They have this coded number, and this is coded number like from one, your order number 1 all. My order number was 42. They were serving 36.
Oh
boy. Everybody's like, okay, then right, I'll just eat first. And like, okay, so alright, so the pre-Raya happens. So during Raya, the worst part is everyone woke up late. We woke up at
Oh my god.
Oops. Over prepared, and then overshot everything.
So we woke up at 10. Yep. So no smile Raya, because we literally just slept through the alarm and all. And then like we just did nothing. No.
That's it.
Plates. That's it. Like, oh my god. So it's just okay. Makan dah ketupat rendang, and then that's it lah. Because the next day we have to go back to Negeri Sembilan, so because the paper we have to do it in Negeri Sembilan. So we after that Raya, then that night we have to went to Bahau, which is a district in Negeri Sembilan, like an hour I think from Meck's place. Is it an hour?
Let's say that, I mean, with good traffic, I should mention as well. With good traffic, which is highly unlikely during this festive season.
No, yeah. I think we arrived there like around. We went out at 4. and we arrived there around 8. 4
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
The road itself now has become a PvP zone as well.
I mean, if you look at the Kuala Pilah main road, like, oh god, the worst part of it, that's the only main road there.
Yeah, that's the only main road. So
There-
everyone wants to balik kampung. Like, oh shit, we forgot.
It's a choke point. What's the best thing that the local government did? Oh, we added 2 more lanes on the side. And that's it. That's it. And it's still
That's
jammed.
it.
There's no alternate route.
Oh, I mean, it's a good thing. Like we didn't go through Kuala Pilah. I mean, to avoid jam. Like my dad used what is it? Like, just normal road instead of the highway. So yeah, like we didn't go to Kuala Pilah and stuff.
It's at least I arrived at around 9, and so since we haven't had dinner yet as well, so we went to the town, and boy, it is jam. Like the McDonald's, imagine there is a 1 kilometer line to the drive-thru.
Yeah, the essential raya food, McDonald's.
Yeah,
That first day raya, like beratus.
Yeah, that is
McD.
the night of the first day of Raya. Literally, McDonald's are packed. I think they recently opened a Family Mart and CU. So
Oh my
basically
god.
those small convenience also packed.
I mean, to be fair, these are the folks that did not get the preparations ready, so gotta feel there for them lah. So,
Yeah, and anything to feel the celebratory day.
whatever raya meal on McD, so fine lah. It's fine lah.
Yeah.
We don't have ketupat
Chicken
yet.
boleh lah.
Chicken.
Onigiri raya, beli lah.
Onigiri. Like, I had like onigiri as well.
I
Like,
mean,
the best part, the funniest part I think about that story kan, it was after that. So we opted for the 7-Eleven instead.
Mhm.
And the best part kan, I almost had to engage into PvP combat with this one makcik who was hogging the Maggie, like literally holding like 5-6 packets for some reason.
you saying you hovering on the engage PvP button. you already press accept to engage duel.
Almost. My God. I mean, it did happen. Like someone did engage in PvP.
Oh god.
Yeah, around that area as well. No, but it's for a mama. Yeah, a mama place.
Oh,
Which actually went on the news.
oh, that story. Oh
Yeah.
god. I mean, moral of the story, you don't initiate a Yakuza fight with the Ane, said the mama, please don't. They are more higher level than you ever be.
They have OP stats, and they can use their tools like the sendok to just bonk you.
Have you seen the chef class in Yakuza Like a Dragon? They are dangerous. They'll cook you if they
That's
are
why.
you're careful.
So yeah, and I think like the worst part is this morning. So I've been through pre-Raya, Raya, and now after Raya. It was yesterday. I went to KL to have, I think just have a day in KL. Just now, all of the kedai mahal was like how do I explain? It's like it's almost the tier of expensive food, but not really. So basically like the kopitiam, the expensive bougie kopitiam, but not really. Like Madame Kwan's and all.
Yeah.
All of them are full yesterday.
Wow. Now that's their turn to Raya to get their post Raya stuff. First is the common McD. Now we go to the bougie.
The bougie ass
Bougie
kopitiam
coffee.
food. The bougie coffee. My God.
The bourgeoisie.
Yeah, like I hope like all of the FMB employees get like double pay at least for handling all of these shenanigans. because I feel for them. Holy shit! What a week! What an interesting 6 days it has been. And it all started because the moon came out.
Apa? Somehow the moon came early. I mean, it's always gonna be early or on date, so it's always gonna be like that.
Mhm.
But the fact that it's the rare percentage drop, that's what made people caught off guard. Like, wait, it happened of all the times during the time when most of the restrictions have been lifted, during the time where we finally get to go balik kampung after all the restrictions are over, during the time where everything is all at once. So it kind of like overwhelming.
All at once. Isn't that a movie? Everything all at once.
You know what? It kind of is. I guess the multiverse portals have opened during Raya.
Yeah. No wonder there's like double triple cars now.
Do you notice somehow there are more people than usual? Those are not people from our universe. They appear somewhere else.
Do they have any other place to go?
No, it somehow the early moon converges the different portals, so suddenly we are packed. Don't know. I'm just spitballing. But yeah, this year's been interesting for most of us.
Finally, after 3 years of no PvP, we get PvP.
Maggie PvP.
Maggie PvP.
Bookmark that for later use.
Okay, so what you guys have been playing in this weird ass Raya?
As we enter the month of May.
Yeah, we have 1 more month till Summer Game Fest 2022. Long live E3. May they burn in fire in the may its fire burn bright within whatever realm they are in now.
Yeah, they're fine. They're fine. They're not fine. They're gone for good, possibly. So yeah, so which point do you want to go first?
Okay, we have roguelike and space. I want to go for the space outlook again. Roll for space.
I don't know if you guys notice. I haven't changed.
Yeah.
The fun part is that was the coincidentally, the things I want to talk about this episode has the same titles for this one as well. So you wanna talk about space game? I played another space game.
Ooh, do tell.
I know people are talking a lot about the hot new movie, right? So I finally caught on and watched this hot new movie. It's from Marvel. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, sorry, it's not a movie. It's a video game. I'm sorry because it feels kind of like a movie. It's one of those cinematic games where you just basically go straight, but they cover the straight line. It's a theme park game. It's a cinematic narrative game.
It's a Disneyland punya theme park.
Disneyland attraction.
Yeah, it is then.
Perfect because Marvel, Disney. Because of recent news of that will be divulged in more details later. I decided to go and look at what has Eidos Montreal, the folks that used to do Deus Ex, has been up to. Oh yeah, they had to make a Marvel game. Apparently this one is a good one. Daniel, you've played through and did the review. You liked the game, right?
Yep, I did.
We've even placed it in the top 30 of last year. So yeah, I'm here to to second those opinions, in which this game is decent enough, even though it isn't like my usual cup of tea. Like Marvel is not my cup of tea. Don't ask me what's the last MCU movie I've watched. I don't know.
What year? That my question is what year? That's the better question.
Uh, uh, 20, 2012, 2013. I don't know. I think
So the actual Guardians Galaxy maybe then.
no, I
The
didn't.
movie?
I didn't watch Guardians of the Galaxy, so I'm going into the game not knowing anything about. Well, not saying not knowing anything. I know the Guardians. I know those guys, and I know there are space cops called the Nova Corps because Nova is a character in Marvel vs. Capcom. I believe. I think I got that right. I don't know my Marvel stuff. So I'm going in, and thankfully the experience was like, for a newcomer, for someone who has no idea what's going on, it's just so easy to get into. And the fact that even though there are like lots of like I wouldn't say lore dance, but there are like lore things like, oh, there's a shady planet called Nowhere where all the shady stuff happens, and apparently it's built into a dead big cyborg's head or something, and they are now mining the brains because the brains are lucrative or whatever. That was weird, but I don't feel overwhelmed with the weird lore. So it kind of just rolls naturally when Rocket just explains that, and then just okay, I get it. And then you suddenly go into a sequence where you have to go meet the weird AI that controls the space corps. I'm just like, okay, all right, that makes some sense. Okay, they've somehow they made all those like, it would have been they could have gone geeky nerdy and like have you like, oh, you get to talk to a person and give you the lore dump like any normal action RPG or any other RPG, right? They could have done that, but no, they decided to streamline it. And despite the streamlining, someone who have no idea what they are up to will just feel like, okay, I can still follow this thread. The story is still making sense to me. And it helps that the story of Guardians is very simple. They're a bunch of scrappy mercenaries. They fight a lot, they argue a lot, and they go into various shenanigans. Oopsie, we might have unlocked the weird alien thing that we shouldn't do. Oopsie, we got caught with the cops. Oopsie, I had a baby. Oopsie. So lots of those stuff. Like, okay, I can really at least not relate, but rather like I can get where this is going. The real part of Guardians of the Galaxy for me, the most fun I had with the game is by not playing the game. As in,
yeah.
Not even the cutscene. Like, remember the first the intro sequence, the prologue.
Oh yeah.
The prologue starts with a flashback where you go to be some weird nerd teenager whose name is Peter Quill, and you play it in the first person, and he's just lounging on his bed with headphones on, cassette player, playing through the new hot the new hot album from Star-Lord. Yeah, I did at least sit down and listen to at least 3 or 4 songs in one go. Just sitting there, doing nothing, just looking around the room, vibing to the soundtrack. And funnily enough, they also like to make it more immersive, like Peter can like grab the artwork of the album, and there's all the lyrics, so you can follow along, like, you know, like listening to music Walkman and looking through the album, like the good old days.
The good old days.
I did live through the period of listening to music with headphones in a Walkman and browsing to cassette album art. So that kind of relates to me. And you can totally do that. And apparently there are like other moments where you can just like oh, you can just look at the view. Peter just pulls up his headphones and just vibe, and music playing. Like there was like an emotional moment where everybody's like, he's alone. Like everybody's like splitting other ways, and he's just alone. And then he just, you can find like what do you call it? Like some railing at the edge of the world, looking over some very cool looking vistas and some weird shady shops around, at the black marketplace. And then he's just vibing to the soundtrack, like, oh yeah, he's that guy, he's that weird rocker boy that you see lounging and loitering during the 90s.
Yeah.
Apa sendu ambil jiwa. Yeah, that kind of you have a lot of those in Malaysia during that time. So he's like, oh yeah, he's this weirdly 80s guy in, I don't know what year this is, but yeah, it's a very interesting vibe that I kind of like, I can relate to. So that's why it keeps me interested. The game itself is like, okay, I don't have much complaints because they are not like trying to do many stuff. Like the combat, like for most people I've heard, the combat is kind of like a deal breaker. But I kind of like understand why they have to go with the most plain and generic of combat. It's literally a third-person shooter. You have a lock-on mechanic. The wrinkle comes in where you can you can instruct your members to like do their big thing, do their abilities, which is, it seems simple yet complicated at the same time. Hold L1, press a face button, and then press another face button. Remember which face button has what ability they have. And then if you want to use Peter's abilities, you have to press it on the left thumbstick and then the face button. It sounds simple yet complicated because the fights are usually hectic and scrappy, which I guess makes sense. The team and all, right? So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and the last bit of what I like about Guardians is like the Ventus is top notch. There's a lot of good dynamics. Like Rocket is always like the antagonizing. He speaks a lot, talk too much, and always like has a second opinion. And then you have Drax, who is way too literal, who doesn't get jokes, who's super stubborn at points there. And then Groot is just Groot.
I am Groot.
Groot. I'm Groot.
I'm glad that there is law reasons why people don't understand him and why people understand each other in space. There's a universal translator thing. Mass Effect Andromeda didn't get this right. How?
Oh yeah. I remember that. Like, oh, we can talk to this new alien race that we haven't met at all.
What a weird thing, Mass Effect Andromeda. But I mean, to be fair, Guardians of the Galaxy has been like decades long running, so they have time to develop the lore. Yeah, Groot's fun. Even though he just says the 3 words, I'm glad that he also laughs and chuckles and like grunts sometimes. At least he has a lot more range than I was fearful of. Like him just saying "I Groot" in very different tones can get very boring throughout how many hours this game can run, but it's okay. Yeah, and Gamora is okay. I have no words for Gamora. She can be very supportive. She can also be very antagonizing. But as a whole, the group really like, it feels like this is a group of misfits, like having to deal with each other, sometimes makes jokes at the expense of others. It feels very, like I'm on board with the ride. Whatever
Mhm.
the ride leads to.
The very long. It's like riding a very long Disney ride.
Oh yeah. I'm surprised that the game hasn't ended yet by chapter 9. Apparently keeps on going. Keeps on
Yeah.
going. I'm surprised that
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
long.
Around there, that is where kalau if this was roller coaster tycoon kan, you only see people like I want to get off this ride. I want to get off this Guardian or Galaxy ride.
Yeah. Yep. The problem is that the game is being structured as a linear game to the point that even though you do that, they try to like sparse up the combat sequences. We have to run from the big enemy levels, but it's still like, oh man, is the story still keep going? I mean,
Yes.
it is. But I like where it's going. But I don't expect a lot of cool gameplay. I mean, the coolest gameplay is what I mentioned before about vibing to the music. Also, speaking of vibing to the music, the huddle mechanic is cool.
Yes, the football, the football talk.
Football pep talk. Yeah, it's basically football managers half time talk. So you have to, instead of like having to pick passionately, calmly, assertively, and then the response, you just have to pick either two. So, if you listen to the banter, if the banter says, I can fight this alone, uh reply with, no, we should fight this together. And then I ran by a flock of seagulls play. There's one, I cannot remember what triggered that song, but it's something like, we're gonna lose. We have no idea what we're gonna do. And your the correct response is something like, hey, keep it together, we can do this. Don't give up. Rick Astley plays. Dun,
Hmm.
dun, dun, chicka, chicka, dun, dun, dun.
Just got rickroll.
God damn it. The minor complaint is that the songs always never will the fights will never, no, you don't get to hear most of the song during the bits of the fight that once you've triggered that power up. So, but that's about it lah. Also another minor complaint, they don't get the right Iron Maiden track. The one Iron Maiden song they pick is uh I don't prefer that one. And also because of they have to pick the master from the original recording. The original recording of the album, it was Peace of Mind from 1983, I believe. Or 90, no, I believe 1983, around there. Maybe 1984. Whatever the year is. The mastering of the track is like very weird. That if you listen to it right now, even the official recording, you feel like this is like a pirate one. Like this is one
No.
you downloaded from LimeWire or RS or whatever weird shareware program that you used to. But no, that is how it was produced. It was recorded like that. And they pick a not so good track. The opening track is not my favorite. It's interesting, but there are other heavy, what you call it, other big guns on that album. They could have picked the Trooper, but they didn't. So I have a grudge on that.
It
But,
do be like that.
but at least the whole Star-Lord album is technically a full Iron Maiden album, if you want to imagine it. Basically the in-house Eidos Montreal composers basically made themselves a self-insert and become rock stars in the universe, and now Peter Quill is just a fan boy of them, to the point that he calls himself after the band, which is like, oh god, can you be more cringe like this, Peter? Can you? But on another note, I get you. The edgelord that didn't grow up. Yeah, that's Guardians of the Galaxy. I enjoy my time with it so far.
Mm.
I wonder if they can make a Guardians of the Galaxy sequel with whatever change.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Who? Oh, that's the question. Who was the rights now?
I don't know. Is it Square Enix or are they working with the studios directly? Like, what in the contract? Whose name was on the contract? Was it Square Enix?
I think Square Enix.
If it's Square Enix, that well, this is a good one shot. I mean, what?
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? We might even. No, I don't want to finish it because I imagine since now they have to do their own style. Imagine FF7, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe FF7 in the tune of. Nah, that's too hard. I think the most easy one is FF3 13th, but in the tune of a Marvel new style.
Marvel's Final Fantasy 17.
Oh no.
Final Fantasy 17 will be a Marvel property. Featuring all the multiverse characters. We don't need Kingdom Hearts anymore. Skip. Make it a full Marvel. Make a Marvel game of the next Final Fantasy game.
Oh my god! So that means so it is all but confirmed it for the next Kingdom Hearts, which we will be getting 2026 at least, or 2034 if you're lucky. Maybe we get a Marvel here too.
No, I reckon. No, they let them get Star Wars and everything, right? The Final Fantasy 17 is all Marvel.
Oh no!
But seriously, I think they can do that. Kingdom Hearts can have Marvel characters. It's just gonna happen. Disney wants like what other Disney property can they put in Kingdom Hearts 4 now? What else has not been covered?
Like family friendly too.
Oh no, friendly.
Oh, I mean they can put Raya. Thematically enough, if they want to go for the newest one. What happened to that Raya movie? Nobody make jokes about Hari Raya. Which to me is a very good indication of how well received or rather lack thereof. Anyway, what's next do we want to talk about? Daniel?
Oh.
Do you want to talk about that game you playing this Raya?
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know what you did this Raya other than whatever you said earlier.
I don't know what you did this Raya.
Funnily enough, Raya is close to summer.
Oh yeah, it is close to summer.
So, layers on that joke.
Boy, do you know? We start with a nice PSA. Do you know that for the month of May, for existing PS Plus customers, you can get one of the most popular game in Malaysia for the low price of free?
What is it?
It is this small game by a small company called Electronic Arts.
Okay.
And they are making this unknown sport game called FIFA.
Okay.
Footy.
Yeah, the football game.
Football.
The quintessential Malaysian PS owner game.
The quintessential awak bukan gamer. You're not a gamer if you haven't played this game.
Okay, that's one thing. Whenever let's say someone went into like the friend's home and PS, you have FIFA. That's the first question they ask.
Yeah. There was one Raya. I think 2-3 years ago before the incident happened. We invited my cousins from Johor whatever, and I have connected my PlayStation 4 to the TV. It's the same question. Abang ni ada FIFA tak?
The common denominator.
The FIFA tak ada.
Ada.
And then when I went to an uncle's place around at his place in Ampang kan, same thing. Masuk je kan, you can see the guys are playing FIFA. It's basically the staple. This is, if there is a game kan that you can play quintessentially, that is quintessentially Malaysia, it's FIFA. It is this football game called FIFA, which won't be called FIFA by next year. What's it? I don't know what they calling it. Are they calling it EA Football something? Football FC?
Yeah, EAFC. Something, a football club or whatever.
Yeah, that is. It won't catch on. I think people will just call it fucking. People will still call it FIFA because they're still calling PES, even though it's now eFootball 2020, eFootball 22.
They cannot call it Bola 2023.
Oh, imagine it calling Bola 23. Like finally we get like our own version. Oh my god. So yeah, this game I have been since Monday, since I've been traveling from state to state on the old automobile. Again, I have a Switch. I have a Nintendo Switch that I bought from Anan, and I could have played, like, I brought some of my games to me, so I could have played, like, I don't know, Fire Emblem, Three Houses, or Todd Howard's Skyrim, or maybe Zelda, whatever. But no, the only game that was in my cartridge card that I can just pull out and play anytime was FIFA. So like every time sangkut at the long ass jam, okay, I'll just like play a game of FIFA or whatever. And I guess it's been a while since I played a FIFA game. And by the way, again, the Switch version, if you guys see any of the reviews, it is based on the Xbox 360 version. So the Switch version is basically a port of a port from a game that is from 2014.
Wow.
So, old engine. I see.
Yeah, the old engine.
Second class citizens.
But at least the price is cheap lah. It's like $30, so like 150.
Yeah.
I guess boleh lah. And okay, so weirdly, I've played through like so like Info Manager, they said one season. During this 1 week I played through a season, and it's actually quite fun. What playing through? It reminds me of the time like I played FIFA, or not FIFA. I played Motorsport. Not Motorsport. It's like Football Manager. Because back then I think there was one release of Football Manager for the PlayStation Portable. And I remember carrying the Arsenal football team to Champions League before losing on the final match as usual.
Oh yeah, I was going to say Arsenal Champions League. Are you sure?
and then lose on the final match. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's Arsenal.
The bottle, like, oh, every time, like Football Manager always does that. Oh yeah, you're doing a good run, level. Let's go to the Champions League. Level, fine. Okay, you lose. I think I played this time. For the FIFA, the one season FIFA playthrough, I played as Chelsea, my favorite team, and I think like the algorithm for the old game is still whack, because I love the old algorithm because in FIFA, for those who doesn't know, they have the computer AI algorithms has a very interesting variable that they count for. Let's say let's say, okay, since the cover star, let's say the cover star got Mbappe, Kylian Mbappe, French guy from PSG. In my playthrough, the top team in currently, that is Manchester City, has bought him for I think like 200 million euros. And then he strives in the Premier League, which makes my job harder because oh no, this guy because every time they have a cover star, they will buff its own AI as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's a live performance update.
Yeah, that's like it. So it's weird, like, oh no, now I have to fight this man. And it is quite tough. Fighting this man in the same basic championship.
Why are you explaining him like he's a boss fight?
Yeah.
The cover star is a boss fight. Apa? Kylian Mbappe appear with the Dark Souls name. What would be his subtitle?
The Dark what?
Striker of Light, whatever lah. I have no idea.
Striker of Light. This the Light of Paris.
Oh, Yep, that's Uzi lah for me.
Mbappe, the Light of Paris. Like. But I think like the best part, again, the algorithm sometimes works in your favor as well, because I sold, because one of the game's like objectives is that besides winning the championship, you can also do financial objectives, where for my playthrough, they asked me to sell a player for more than 70 million euros. In the one of the transfers, the football transfers, Liverpool wants to buy my top striker, Roman Lukaku, for 100 million euros.
Oh god.
Easiest decision I've done in that game. 100 million. Yeah. So basically my manager rating goes up, and I get like, I think like from the sale I get like 60 million euros to spend. Boy. Like it's fun to play this game. Like and then since recently they went and released for free at the PlayStation 4 version and the PS5 version. But since I don't have a PS5, I played the PS4 version, and it is different. These two versions the Light of Day, it is different from the Light of Day, like, because the PS4 version is more advanced. There's I think like better AI, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like for this one you have to calculate. They calculate like, okay, since for like the Switch version, they only calculate, okay, if you buy him, like let's say if you sell like Lukaku for 100 million, okay, they will set. But for this one, they will now also calculate, okay, how is his morale in Chelsea? Is he playing good? Like, there's more layers to it. So like, okay, it's like, I think like they count like, okay, how good is his 5 previous games? Oh, okay.
Oh, the form.
And then the form. Then he will like, okay, now I will join. Since you're telling me, I will join like whatever, like Liverpool or whatever. Really cool. And I think like one of the new FIFA 22 stuff was you can actually play like Motorsport Manager. I keep switching over to, you can play as Football Manager because you can now sim the whole match.
Oh, nice.
So you don't have to play. You don't have to touch the controller. You can play like the old school Football Manager with the dots, basically. And then like let's say you're losing 2-0, you can just jump in.
Oh, apa, divine intervention.
Yeah, divine intervention. We're losing, and then poof. Oh, we're winning 5-0, 5-2. Yay! It is interesting. Like, FIFA is now how old is it? 20 years old, 25 years old?
What's the first FIFA again? 93, 94?
93. So that's almost 20 years. And I think like this season will be the last one. The FIFA 20. Ironic lah. FIFA 22 will be the last one before its destined name change. And I think it won't. It like people say again, like, oh, you keep playing that game, but why? Because where else do you have a football game that is both an arcade experience that can also have a very scummy monetary backbone that is that is quite gambling in nature.
Now we're talking about the food.
Yeah, the food. Yeah, for I think like for PS Plus Malaysia, you can get like 10 or 20 cards, 20 FUT card free of players, like 5-star players. So basically, if you have PS Plus, here's your pay to win pack all ready for you.
And I believe the cards don't last long, right? That's how they...
Yeah, no. That's like a 30G. I think like it lasts for 30 days.
That's the thing I hate about Football Ultimate Team. Not only do you don't own your JPEGs, it has an expiry date as well, which is even worse. And that's how why people keep on like daily pulling the gacha, get to keep on maintaining having the roster of 11 best players that you can get before they expired. Oh god.
Oh yeah, just a nice a contrast kan. Do you know for eFootball's gacha, it's the same thing. Oh wait, no, it's not the same thing because it can the eFootball gacha lasts a year, an actual year. Your card, which you can which let's say it comes like to let's say today is 8 of May. So 8 of May 22, you can earn like this extension contract, which somehow can extend to 1 year as well.
Okay.
And you can get that in game for if you are those dailies you can do. I guess it's a bit better.
Still a problem, but I kind of get the compromise. Like, okay lah. At least they give option, but still.
I mean, eFootball isn't. There won't be an eFootball 2. It will be just eFootball. So I guess they can do that.
Yeah. They better do that, I guess.
Better do that. Yeah. That's your only game. God damn. I don't want to see my. Well, let's say like let's say you spend like 100,000 credits, and then like, oh no, just give the server shutting down. Okay, bye bye. Goodbye to your 100,000 credits. Which I guess that is the way of the gacha life anyway.
Is that FIFA?
Yeah, that's FIFA. But I'm currently like enjoying their futsal mode called Volta, which is just easy, just very. FIFA itself is already arcadey and full Volta is just arcade first to 5.
How close is it? Is it with FIFA Street again? Because I don't think FIFA Street is proper futsal, right?
This is proper. Yeah, this is the proper rules futsal. And this is, I think I can say that Volta is basically the Street Fighter or sports game. Yeah, first to 5. Goal, 2 goals kan. First to 5, go. And there's a timer ticking down 5 minutes. So 5 minutes, first to 5. If we haven't scored first to 5 by let's say 5 minutes, the most scored win like that. Or the sudden death if you still 0-0. That's cool.
Okay, at least it's futsal lah. Which reminds me, this is tangent. You know the Switch sport game, the new Nintendo Switch Sports game, right?
Yeah.
The one with the many sports mini games, right? There's a
Mhm.
football mini game there.
Ooh,
But have you seen the football mini game?
I haven't.
Oh, you should see it. Oh, you should see it.
Okay, let me see. Why?
Okay. Do you know how Rocket League is big these days?
Oh.
Oh god.
Okay, let me see. I am now watching some footage.
Imagine Rocket League IRL.
Oh my god, it is. Holy shit. Oh my god, it is. It just without the cars.
Soccer without the car. It's literally Rocket League IRL. The ball is bigger than you. It's floating around. There is no offside or whatever. Or
Yeah, and then you can like block them with the walls and all. Oh shit, it is.
4v4, and you don't have assigned rules, but you can standard lah. You can always have one hang
The
as the
defense.
keeper, the defense, right?
Yeah.
And all the curves are all the edges are all curved, so it will always return back to the center. Like the ball is floaty, very floaty, Rocket League as floaty.
Rockets.
We have reached a point where soccer is Rocket League.
Oh no. But even 2K is doing their own soccer game like this. Oh no.
Rocket League IRL. Like for people who don't know, or in the US who still don't know what soccer is, what football is, we can just introduce it as Rocket League IRL, which is a very cursed way to see things, but it is true. It is true. These days, man, Rocket League has been big. Good for them.
Didn't they introduce Rocket League? Didn't they introduce a new mode where you don't have to chase the ball, you have to just eliminate them? Isn't that just basically football? Isn't that just basically Fallout Burnout?
The Burnout Take, the Battle Royale mode is technically Burnout Takedown. Yeah, now that you mention it. Yeah, you just take them down.
Oh my god.
In a lot of ways, more faithful than Forza Horizon's Battle Royale.
Yeah, true.
This one has violence as a Battle Royale shoot. For some people.
Oh yeah, now you can actually use that Batman car that you bought last year or this year, depending on which Batman do you support. For its intended purpose to take down cars.
Yeah, there's NASCAR in there, right?
Yeah, there's NASCAR, there's F1. We only need either Formula E or Indy, and we can have an actual battle royale with three major sports sites, motorsport genre.
Yeah, that's the curse revelation I realized the last days watching. Oh, that's Rocket League, huh?
Imagine again showing Miyamoto, son, I'm playing this very cool game. We should put it in a Nintendo Switch port. I approve. That could be worse. It could be. What is that game? It could be cricket. Nobody wants to play Nintendo Switch cricket.
I mean, who wants to play cricket full stop?
I mean, no one in Malaysia plays cricket.
Weirdly enough, I grew up. I went to school where we had one of the best cricket teams in Malaysia for whatever reason. So I kind of know a lot of about cricket. But man, that's a boring ass game. Boring ass sports to watch. You play for a whole day. Those guys went back from their tournaments and whatever, looking like burnt out. They have skin burns.
No wonder it's a drinking game.
Like, shout out to the people who actually play this professionally. They can withstand the heat. But still, I don't find that pleasurable. Also, they sometimes get injured in very particular ways.
How?
The watching them play makes is the why I know what a jock strap is. They have very specific protection for the family jewels because things
Okay.
can
Yeah, that's very
hit
fast. The ball very fast.
and you know how hard the ball is. Oh, and you know how the ball has to be aimed at that particular height where
Yeah, the wicket. Yeah, the wicket. I know.
and somehow it's also very very close to the height of where usually that place dangles around. So ooh, if you're not careful,
Ooh.
so, some of the boys really got hit hard. Let's just see that they recovered, but again, I do not wish them to see suffering like that.
Even with protection.
It still hurts.
Oh, dang.
With that on, it still hurts. Cricket. Unless a cricket game makes that a feature. Like Mortal Kombat style. Like you see the X-ray of people getting hurt. That might change some opinions. I don't know.
Might make it better.
Yeah, cricket, but you actually beat up the people. Hit the wicket, hit the people. Anyways, I think we can. Oh yeah, I have one thing to talk about. One more thing.
Sure.
Since we've mentioned Rocket League, right? So this is another RL. Is roguelike. Remember last time we talked about the what makes a good roguelike, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, whatever again, our I wouldn't say curse, our blessing has appeared, whereby Steam, Valve have made a sale for just roguelikes, Metroidvanias, and Souls-likes. The Going Rogue Festival is on, and one of my favorite things what they posted during the sale is that they've put a recap of why are all of this genre has where do all the genres appeared, how they evolved to become what it is they are now, and why do they have all this why do they have one shared commonality. There is a Venn diagram overlap with all these three genres apparently, and its persistency. And also, all of the genres are named after other games. Roguelike.
Yeah.
Souls-like from Dark Souls and Demon Souls. Metroidvanias from Metroid and the Castlevania series. So, somehow it just connects. The Venn diagram overlaps like that. Yeah, the thing is, the why I asked last time around is because I was playing a roguelike that is now out now. It's called Rogue Legacy 2. Have you guys heard of the first of Rogue Legacy in general?
Yeah, I have heard down that before.
Yeah, it's one of the early PS Plus games, I like to believe. And it's where I found that game and give it a go. And it has its quirks. I did not like it that much, but I do like the core gameplay. Though, despite they have like cool stuff that they have in that game, but there are also like things that kind of puts me off. Like the idea of a rogue, and this is mostly because it's the idea of a roguelike. A roguelike is a game where you are traveling through random maps, and also there's permadeath. So what I don't vibe with is permadeath. The fact that game over, start all over again. That's always like a deal breaker. It especially these days, it makes me feel like I've just wasted my time, which technically isn't, but yeah, I feel like that. So I need a sense of progression. That's why I mentioned last time I need number to go up at least. So I know I'm progressing.
Numbers go up.
You know what game does a good way that's why there is a particular genre that has developed under roguelikes, which is the roguelites with a T. And this one plays a bit fast and loose with the roguelike conventions, whereby you can have some persistency, as in you can have like permanent unlocks. You can carry over stuff for the next run. So you can, in time, get better, not necessarily with skill. So if you just persist through all how many times you died, you will eventually able to succeed just by going big with the bigger number with you as your advantage. So Rogue Legacy is one of those games that really pioneered the concept, and it's one of the best examples of a roguelike. Back then lah, I mean, there are newer titles like Dead Cells, something like that. Those are also very good. But Rogue Legacy kind of like puts the one of the first that we see. This indie genre can go places. So what's due for number 2 then? Well, they decided to do the normal the usual sequel game, in which we've just added everything, expand everything. First, there is, if you might not notice it, but they actually changed the art style. The first game is actually like 2D sprites, usual indie game aesthetic back then, right? And now they've changed to 3D models with 2D hand-drawn background. So basically, they guilty killed it. A lot of games has been doing this, and yes, I am still a fan of this aesthetic. It looks very good, especially in motion. The animations doesn't feel like they are 3D characters, but you can still see them as 3D characters. When you turn around, you can actually see the front of the face, the character's face. So there are like cool stuff like that, and then you can even see they go a bit more lavish, especially when you fight the bosses. So they can do like cool. It would have been tricky and very time consuming to do those effects in pure 2D, but they make it look kinda like 2D, but it's actually 3D models. So yeah, aesthetic wise, cool. Also, finally, they've made classes. They give you different classes. In Rogue Legacy 1, you do have different classes, but essentially it doesn't change how you play. You are still a knight with a sword and a shield and one slot to put on special skills. And that special skills determine your class back then. So if you are a rogue, you are still looking like a knight with the shield, with the sword, but you have like an ability to throw swords or whatever. Not this time. This time, Rogue Legacy 2, they are actual different classes. When you play as a ranger, you have a bow and arrow with very particular mechanics that you have to aim. And also there is like a very sweet spot. If you aim it and you hold the button and you let go at the right time, you do deal more damage. And also there is like knockback to your when you pull your arrow, so you can, if you like shoot downward, you can technically stay in the air for a bit longer. Maybe not infinite, but quite longer. So that's actually one of the skill things that the game teaches you. If you look around and see, there's depth to this. Alright. Then you have the mage, which always have a beard, no matter what gender your character is. the mage must have a beard. And as they are specialized in getting magic. So you, instead of just one slot for your random ability, not random lah, but your ability slot, you have one ability slot and one magic slot. Mages have both of those slots to be magic that they can be randomized. Sometimes you get good magic, sometimes you get okay magic. Unless you have a mage that also have traits. Some traits, like, okay, because the game has this concept about heirs. So when you die, and you die. But to continue journey, you have to select an heir. So basically your successor from a random pool of 3 characters. And these characters can have random traits. Some of them can be beneficial to you, like, oh, if you have this. Oh no, I cannot remember what beneficial, but I can remember the terrible ones. For example, if you are a vegan, you cannot eat meat. Hey, sometimes the game drops meat as a health potion, but if you hit that meat, you get hit, you get damage.
Oh no.
Oh,
That's
what?
rough.
My favorite is called IBS or IBS. I'm not sure what the scientific name is. How to pronounce the scientific name is. But essentially, you fart a lot. Like you go
Irritable bowel
jumping.
syndrome.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's what it means then. So you just fart. You do random fart noises. Sometimes you just jump, prank, and then you just dash. Just random farts.
Random fart.
But there is one more. There is one more annoying one called Super IBS, Super IBS. Instead of having random fart, the fart is one of your talent. You have ability to use the fart as a double jump.
Oh, fart on
Which-
command.
For me, it's kind of like debilitating because I could have used that double jump for something else. But for some people, they might use the super fart strat. I don't know, but that's Rogue Legacy 2 to you. There are a lot of like variety of stuff that you can do. More even weirder classes. I mean, the one I've described is the general one. You can also like go. There are weirder classes like the gunslinger where you shoot with guns, and there is an active reload system, Gears of War style. There's also the chef. We've mentioned before, chefs are dangerous,
yeah.
right? Chefs are will always have burn damage when they hit enemies. Dangerous chefs. And then like what else? There's also if you a whip, there's also the Ronin class where you deal more damage if you hit at the tippest of your hitbox. Since you have a long sword, you have the katana, right? Your attacks are very long. So if you gauge your range correctly and just hit at the tip of your hitbox, you deal the most damage there. So you are incentivized to like go play it safe. Give it a lot of range. Yeah, a lot of those like it makes at least playing the game over and over again less boring because every time a new character can appear, it can provide like weird wrinkles. Like sometimes it's just like trying to mess with your vision. There's one trick called nostalgia. It just puts a nostalgic filter on you. There's a sepia filter. Which is like, okay. But apparently, the game has been released, right? Recently, they've patched out one trait where people have complained about it being very terrible. Like, it makes people sick.
No.
It's called vertigo.
Oh.
The game goes upside down. You play the game, the screen is upside down. That's the whole gimmick. I mean, it was fun when the devs heard that people are actually getting reports of nausea. Okay, let's remove this bad idea. But yeah, the game has a lot of those stuff. Oh, and there is a point for getting characters with maybe less ideal traits. So the worse the traits are, they give you a bonus modifier to getting more gold. Because you need gold. Gold, the game progresses because of gold. That's how the skill tree works. It's less of a skill tree. It's more of a skill a manor. You literally upgrade a banner to upgrade your characters. So you can invest in the juice bar to increase your health stat. And like open an offshore bank account so you can save up some money.
Open offshore bank account. That's okay.
Oh yeah, the humor is like that. It's like weird stuff. Like you go to the magic school to get intellect, but then if you go deeper and then you will venture into the opening a cult room to gain more magic stats. Like okay. Oh, by the way, the whole bit, the progression, when you need to spend the money, you need to spend gold, because every start of the run, you will forfeit all gold unspent. So essentially, you better level up, or you lose all your souls when you start a new run. But the new trick for Rogue Legacy 2 is like a lot of those bits where it feels like you have turned off people like me. They have like, okay, we have massaged it, we have put it more, make it be more accessible, make it more easier for those who need the help. So that's why you have an offshore bank account. So instead of like giving all the money to the boat driver, who's essentially a god of death or something, the Grim Reaper, I guess. His name is Sharon. Should ring some bells. Instead of giving all the gold to them, you save some of them, some of the gold, a percentage of it into your living account, your living safe account. So that is like your stockpile of, extra handy money if you need to buy upgrades later on. It's not much, but it helps. Like when you end a run with only 1,000 gold, but the next thing that you need to upgrade is 1,100 gold, that whatever the stash that you have in the safe, like maybe like 200 gold or something, that's handy. That gets you a level rather than waste 1,000 gold. But even then, that 1,000 gold can also not be wasted, because there is a unlock in which turns all donations to Sharon to be a charitable act, in which when it opens a new, a new bonus, where if you donate to Sharon enough money, you will unlock more stats. So in a way, you are not wasting money. So you won't feel bad for having a terrible run in which you cannot upgrade anything. Somehow it will always lead you to progression.
Oh.
And if that isn't helpful enough, the game also has house rules. What difficulty? Go to house rules. If you find the enemies to be too tough, reduce their health, reduce their damage, and then play. The game just says you enable house rules. It won't judge you. You will always unlock everything.
Nice.
However, if you are a masochist, you can turn up the damage, you can turn up the health, and we'll say house rules. Or rather, if you want to show off, to say that, oh, I'm playing a much more higher difficulty, you can also enable that, and it will show like a aggregate number to say that, oh, he went overboard. Oh, look at that masochist. There are a lot of good options. Like the fact that the game has a lot of platforming stuff, right? And if you have problems with platforming, the house rule just says, hey, turn fly mode on. Yeah, fly around. You don't need to jump. Skip all the platforming bits. So the game is very accessible to most people.
Nice.
Yet it also rewards people who actually get good with this. And the fact that when you finish the game, you have New Game Plus, and New Game Plus Plus, and New Game Plus. It can go to New Game Plus 40 And why this number rises this much is because you can, when you start a new game plus, you can put on more difficulty modifiers. So you want to make the world larger? Do you want to make the bosses appear as a different variant with different moves, which when you kill them, you get more lore, unlockable lore.
Mhm.
There is more reason to keep on playing after you finish the one run, which is interesting. But yeah, I enjoyed my time with Rogue Legacy 2. It's a bit much. I think I spent like 30 hours. The game recommends around 25 hours to finish the first, to beat the game. But yeah, this is the sort of game that if you like it, you will spend hours and hours just playing through and getting stuck through the same boss.
Oh no.
Oh, by the way, the world itself is kind of soulsy in terms of like, oh, the world is doom and gloom. The sun is gone, and all the law is about looking at whatever the people are like experiencing during the fall of this kingdom. Like people are complaining, why are we in the war? Why are we rebelling? There's at least one person who is helping to rescue the refugees from this hectic world. Also, this is the game where you get to equip a pizza as a legendary weapon.
Yes.
You throw a
Yes.
boomerang pizza. The game can be goofy and very somber at the same time, so it might be appealing to some.
Mhm.
It's weird, man. But I I get the charm of Rogue Legacy 2 is like, yeah, it's very endearing. Yeah, that's my experience with roguelikes. No, I will not play more roguelikes. I have my fill. I have my fill. This is
Good
this is
enough.
too much. At least I did my cursory exploration within this genre. It's fascinating stuff, but man, I cannot play more. Also, I guess this is another between this and Tunic. I have played more games that is kind of like Elden Ring, but not really.
Almost there. Almost there.
I'm skirting around the big game, the big one that we haven't talked much since we just mentioned in passing. Yeah, the fact that the Going Rogue Festival mentioned how Souls like and roguelikes are kind of similar is kind of just like, oh, that seals the deal then. Yep, I'm playing another adjacent Elden Ring game.
Right. So should we go to the news?
The news.
Hot topics, or depends.
Which one should we start first?
Let's just go with the big one, since we already talked about Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy.
Yeah, why not?
Because recently, the Lich King himself, or themselves, we don't know its gender, Embracer Group has brought, for the very low cost of 300 million, Crystal
Cheap as
Dynamics.
hell.
Yeah, that's hella cheap. Crystal Dynamics, Eidos Montreal, Square Enix Montreal, and all of their related IPs. So that is Deus Ex,
Tomb
Tomb
Raider.
Raider, Sleeping Dogs, please.
Please. Second, please.
They haven't mentioned that, but they have mentioned Legacy of Kain.
Legacy, okay, as well, please.
They haven't mentioned Gex, but let's assume that.
Gex, please. Yes, Gex.
I think they said around 50 IPs, so but they haven't mentioned most of them. They only mentioned the big ones.
Gex isn't? Oh yeah, it's not anymore.
Hopefully Gex is one of them. I mean, it was developed by Crystal Dynamics. It was made by the Crystal D.
And they do like reviving IP, platform IPs. embrace the group. So you never know.
Yeah, things can be resurrected. We have seen this before. Kingdoms of Amalur, for whatever reason, gets a re-reckoning. It won't be far off to see Thief get a second reboot.
Oh yeah, team is under Squeinx as well.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Eidos Montreal did botch that Thief reboot, but hey, maybe another go can do it. Maybe, don't know. Oh yeah, back again. Why do Square Enix sold it for just 300 million? And why do they sold it in the first place?
And they like
they're not making enough money from
they're not making enough from it. Yeah.
Man, all those disappointing sales.
I mean, it makes some money, but not enough money.
They're not making Final Fantasy money. Yeah, they're not making
So they
the Final
want to
Fantasy
focus
money.
on the blockchain, metaverse, and NFT shit.
They rather have that money than this money.
Okay, in their defense, they also included like cloud gaming and stuff. But it's Square Enix. They should be making games. And not pivot to like the latest technology and stuff. That's the job of
That's Konami. That's Konami's way. And Konami's not even touching NFTs.
nope.
Not since the Castlevania incident.
That one, Oh.
Just a million NFT.
They saw the backlash. Even the Japanese players that doesn't care even cares. So you know it's bad.
Yeah, I mean for 300 million. I mean if they sell like the Tomb Raider franchise, that's already like kind of worth it. But they got
for
Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, what else? All of this Legacy of Kain, whatever.
I feel Tomb Raider could have been $1 billion franchise.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. If Bungie and just Destiny could be like 3.6 billion, why is that? Why the cheap out for Tomb Raider?
Yeah. I mean, this is not like studio acquisition. This is studio and IP. Yeah, God dang.
Yeah, they even let go of the IP, which makes to the point that they're not just letting go the people. They are just like they don't want to do anything about this anymore. Like, take it. You want it? Take it.
This is Fire Sale by Squeinx. Fire Sale.
Yeah, because you guys, there's the rumor like a certain big blue team wants to buy them. So it makes sense, I guess, in a way.
Probably.
Why so? Wouldn't the blue team wanted Tomb Raider?
Well, they don't have Uncharted, so what? I think that's why they're announcing a new Uncharted, right?
I mean,
allegedly.
I mean, what you say is true, but you know how Tomb Raider is always loosely associated with PlayStation. I mean, before Rise of the Tomb Raider, put that aside. With that debacle, but before that, a lot of the games has been on PlayStation or PlayStation 2, right? I don't know. Maybe that's why I find this sale seems to be weird. Like, I see no other reason Square Enix wants to let go of this lucrative IPs, right? Other than they wanted more of them than what they have been produced. Despite what they produce seems to be okay. I mean, Avengers isn't that bad, right? I mean, sales wise.
I mean, it costs more it costs more to make the game than them selling the whole the whole Crystal Dynamics work.
like I don't think just one game made Square Enix to just abort ship like this. Like, whoa, that's a low brow. But on the other side, I think that the freedom that Crystal D, Eidos Montreal, and whatever Square Enix Montreal will call themselves after this they have to change names.
Mhm.
I think now that they are like separated from the Squeinx mothership, I think they can be just fine.
Mhm.
They could probably thrive even without the pressure of having to make bigger sales. The Embracer Group is just like, okay,
It's the money,
we
do you think?
their operation is that they buy a lot of things, hoping that most of the things make enough money, just enough money. They don't care. They don't want all the money. They want all the IPs and make some money out of it.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
some IP will sell a lot, so that subsidize the lesser popular IP, but still make some money.
Like how the THQ Nordic has been operating. I'm not sure if re-reckoning is worth their money, with what of the quality they make. But they did put out SpongeBob. The rehydrated remaster was good and enough for them to greenlight a sequel. So yeah, that's
It's not making all the money; it's making some money.
Yeah, it's making good enough for sequel money.
And you know who makes good enough money? Crystal D, Eidos Montreal, and the whatever Squeinx Montreal will be. That's why
Embracer Montreal. THQ Montreal.
I won't be surprised if they got absorbed into like maybe THQ Montreal, or maybe they. Oh yeah, I was thinking about putting them under Eidos, but they cannot call them. That's Eidos Montreal.
Eidos Montreal too.
Yeah, like we've seen Hitman, right? How IO Interactive was like, struggling with that game under Square Enix, and now they are free, and they'll be fine. Maybe there's hope. It's a shame that whatever the Sleeping Dogs studio, they didn't.
Oh, United Front.
Yeah, United Front didn't survive this long. But then again, how long was it when they shut down? 5 years ago.
5 years, like 2015. Now 2022.
7 years ago, so they couldn't see the light of this day. Because I suspect they would have been joined under this sale, because the sale is for all of the North American studios under Square Enix. Square Enix still have the European operation, so they still have Just Cause, they still have Life is Strange, and they still have the working relationship with People Can Fly for Outriders. So they're not like letting go all of the Western IPs. They're just letting go some.
I wish the best for them, but that's interesting to see. This IP like that.
Yeah, I think if they hopefully Embracer Group did the Lich King doesn't turn evil. Suddenly, right? Suddenly now all the many games, many IPs that we love and want to play is now under a tyrant. It's not happy that we called him the Lich King. Now that I think of it, oh god.
The backfire anytime lah. Is it?
I mean, so far it seems okay because they are very hands off, and they are like, because they like Embracer Group themselves is just like a holdings group, right? That's how they describe it. Because under that there's like THQ Nordic, and then you have Deep Silver, and then you have Saber Interactive, which also have a number of studios under them, and then you have Coffee Stain Studios, which is apparently a publisher. If you guys don't know, they don't just make Goat Simulator these days.
Yeah, they don't make Goat Simulator. Yeah.
I mean, they make Goat Simulator, right? But they are still working on Satisfactory, which is still not in full release yet. But also they have like a bunch of games under them, like Deep Rock Galactic and Valheim. And whatever that ghost game, Midnight Ghost Story or whatever. There is also a ghost game under there. So yeah, there a lot of like different publisher arm. And then you have Gearbox also. Gearbox is technically also a publishing arm.
Yeah,
I
Gearbox.
I believe recently they've Embracer Group purchased Perfect World, which has been merged under Gearbox. So now they are a bigger publisher these days. Like, okay. Also, they own Dark Horse Comics. No, they also own comic stuff.
Very busy times there.
Very busy and like a lot of different silos as well. So not all of them are under the one mothership. Still, interesting times. At least we know Crystal Dynamics will be making a new Tomb Raider, which Embracer Group will reap the benefits. Can. But what about Eidos Montreal?
Apalagi just easy. It's like it's just writing on the wall. Like, I know, like they just mentioned it, but just do a Deus Ex. Senang je. Just complete the series.
Let Anan Jensen out of the shower. He needs
Nah.
to be free. Get him out. Get me out of the shower. He's been showering long enough. He's depressed, so a shower must end. I mean, what? You want them to do a Guardians sequel? Who owns the IP?
That's Square Enix. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting times. I don't know how to feel fully, but as long as we still get the games from this after the purchase, we get games from these developers, from the dormant IPs. Some people will be going crazy when Gex remastered collection appears. Now we can equip all those one-liners again every now and then. Donkey. This seems like I cannot remember those Gex one-liners. I have repressed those memories. But yeah, that terrible one-liners.
Terrible one-liner.
That's why
Oh
we
my
love
God.
the gecko.
Apa lah? Sony should have jumped in the offer. Buy Gex. But well, that's too late now.
At least Gex has a better owner than Spyro. Spyro is still trapped under. Well, maybe after Microsoft things may change. I don't know. Right now they are under terrible management. So what's next?
Next we have Summer Game Festival. And basically we now have the two important dates for this very interesting thing that we are not going to call E3 because that has died like last month it died. So now we're just vibing along, and then Papa Jeff Healy just went here and just said, "Oh yeah, here we go. We're going all fancy this year. We're going to have a Summer Game Festival on the 8th of June."
8th of June?
Oh, 8 or 9? Or 9 or 10?
I'm looking at it here. It should be 9, but maybe 10 our time.
10 our time, yeah, 10 our time.
2 p.m. EST, right? Should be 2 a.m.
So 2 a.m., yep, 2 a.m.
Yep. June 9, June 10 our time. So
And
that's June 9 is the start of summer. That's how we define it. We don't have summer here, so summer is based on our video game schedule.
Then so it's gonna be quite busy like again from the 10th, and then we have the 3-day buffer before the 13th. Because we have the Xbox Junior Conference as well. The Xbox Bethesda and soon to be Activision conference.
I don't think Activision will have anything to announce here.
But
This will
but
be
they can
Xbox Bethesda.
but they can go into Xbox. Our friends at Activision are cooking up something, etc. Because the next Call of Duty is going to be announced in June. What better way to do it than the Xbox panel?
You know what? You have a thing there. Unless they sign a marketing deal with Sony again,
Nah,
which
I
would.
don't think so.
So let's see if this year if Call of Duty will be marketed heavily by PlayStation or not. Let's
Yeah,
see.
exactly.
Let's see. If suddenly it appears here, you know why. We won't see the PlayStation logo at the start of each Call of Duty trailer.
And then they're taking a break, right? Yeah. And this will be like the only Call of Duty one before they take a 1 year break. So imagine seeing the Xbox logo and then the 1 year break. Ooh, the sales. Ouch, owie, the sales.
Xbox Bethesda, what can we expect?
Starfield.
30-minute Starfield presentation. Easy.
No, I think like the one thing that Bethesda does right is that they won't show the game until it's ready, unless it's for desperate times like the Eidos Scrolls.
You see, they did also reveal Redfall too early. The announce. Remember Redfall?
Yeah.
That weird arcane game that I'm not too sure if I would like it.
True.
We'll see. Maybe we can hear some mumbles about that. What else Bethesda is cooking up? Xbox is also, I'm not sure what are they cooking up.
Forza, the new Forza, the GT7, the GT7 when rival.
Yeah, Forza Motorsport. I'm not sure it's coming out this year though.
Yeah, it's not coming out this year.
Well, what's coming out this year is Forza Horizon 5 expansion.
Oh, yes.
This is the prime time to show it.
Yep.
That's car content.
So, can we jump the border? Since we're in Mexico, can we jump the border? To the US?
So go to Texas.
Yeah.
No,
the Texas DLC, and then like one of the weekly challenges, you have to jump the border.
PR star jump the border.
That's right, jumping borders.
Okay lah, Texas
Texas
DLC lah. I mean, at least it's not as on the nose as New Mexico DLC.
I mean, why are they going to New Mexico? You're already in Mexico.
Yeah, it's also
Mexico and New Mexico.
The state of New Mexico is bordering Mexico.
US, yeah.
Next to Arizona. But what else?
No. Speaking of that, they should make like a Breaking Bad.
Yeah. The New Mexico DLC. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh my god, we are cooking something up, literally.
Yeah,
you're gonna get like the exclusive, the RV. The man cooking RV.
Didn't they like put the ugly ass Pontiac Aztek in Forza 7 or 6?
The what again?
Just for the lols. The main character car.
Oh yeah, the Aztek.
Yeah, the Aztek, the dumbass Pontiac Aztek for one of the DLCs, free DLCs. They can do that as well.
I mean, this game have put a Final Fantasy car. They can put anything.
Yeah, they can put anything now. I guess like the new Wolfenstein, there is like a new gameplay for maybe the Indiana Jones game.
How long since they've announced that Indiana Jones game? I almost forgot.
Late last year?
Wait, and this is supposed to be a Bethesda Game Studios, right?
Yep.
So Underthought, right? So
yep.
Wait. So where does Indiana Jones sit between Starfield and Elder Scrolls?
Is
Elder
I don't
Scrolls
know that. That's interesting.
or Indiana Jones, or are they have two different teams working here? Oh man, now that you mention it, Xbox has already a Lara Croft game now. A Tomb Raider game. They have Indiana Jones. Xbox have Indiana Jones, PlayStation have Uncharted, Nintendo can grab the Tomb Raider's exclusivity lah after this.
Very interesting.
What? I'm still not sure what's the holiday lineup for Microsoft for Xbox. What except for Starfield, that's a confirmed one. But other than that, what will they put? Like last year, we have Forza Horizon 5, we have Halo Infinite, and
And I think that's it. Like, yeah, just Forza and Halo.
so yeah, I think Starfield and one more game should be fine. Then.
Ooh. Imagine what FP do they have? Perfect Dark is in development hell.
Halo.
Yeah. Halo is Halo is Halo.
Halo is doing what it is doing right now. Nothing big to update.
Yeah, Halo is doing Halo.
Fable. The new Fable.
Maybe Fable, yeah, maybe.
That seems to be more long in development. No, it's been in a better state in development right, compared to like other games. I've heard what was the other rare game that they've announced? I think that is still long way to go.
Obsidian's Avowed as well.
Oh man,
the Skyrim clone before they are now buddies again.
The Skyrim clone before they said they own Skyrim. Oh.
Yeah. Outer Worlds 2, but I'm not seeing this year release, so that's probably next year or.
Still long way to go that one. Yeah, they could surprise us with something. I think there's still plenty of room for surprises based on the knowledge we have right now. I mean the Summer Game Fest live show itself is still also open-ended. We have no idea what's gonna be there. Because Jeff and his eternal powers that be, he can just summon any games. Either it could be a Call of Duty announcement here. It could be another new a new startup game developer announcing the debut game. It could be another Pearl Abyss showcase where they show games, but we don't know what the game is.
In mana tahu because there is some rumors of a Kojima game. Mana tahu I have the scoop.
It could be anything.
Mr. Kojima game. Wink wink like that.
Or they could just show Kojima and they say
new game and then just he walks away. This is my new game. 5-minute trailer. Okay, bye.
At this point of time, there's still so many things to speculate. There's not a lot of concrete things. I expect a Nintendo Direct to appear here around the summer.
Yeah, E3 as well.
PlayStation State of Play can appear out of the blue either before Summer Game Fest.
Yeah, PlayStation now has the element of surprise as well.
Or they could just announce it in July because no one cares about something in July. So they get all the headlines to themselves. Could be. We haven't heard about the smaller showcases as well. Like last time we have the Wholesome. Was it the Wholesome Games Festival or Wholesome Games
we have
showcase? That was cool. That was fun. The PC gaming show hasn't appeared yet.
Oh yeah, I think they've already announced it. I think there will be a PC gaming show, but there's no date. Yeah.
Okay.
So we will have at least 3. So far we will at least have 3 presses to watch.
It will be more.
Yeah, there will be more.
once summer starts, it will be hot and humid.
Oh
And
yeah, I'm looking at the PC Gamer article about that. I like they call it with quotation marks. This the quote unquote E3 2022 schedule. E3 is the doing, but we still are.
cheeky burgers.
Oh, they're doing it on Sunday as well. Oh, so I think like since they're doing it on Sunday 12 as well. So since Bethesda is taking 2 o'clock, I'm guessing they will take like the early morning one, like 3 or 6. But yeah, I think 3 or 6. They'll probably get that.
It's one of those live streams where we won't do a watch along.
Yeah.
Because there are not
won't.
many people are hyped about the games that are gonna be showcased there. I mean, I
Well,
would
games
still
like that,
watch,
yeah.
but the
after-
Future
but-
Games show.
Yeah, the Games of the Future Game Show as well. That's also on Sunday. Oh no. Please, at least 8 a.m. so I can drink my coffee while watching.
It's okay lah. We'll plan the watch along days. We'll have a watch along soon, as usual, I guess. What else to do, right?
Yeah. Yeah, let's do, yeah, true. So that's confirmed. So far we have 5 shows then. Xbox, PC Gaming, Future Game Show, and Jeff Keighley's Power Hour.
Looking forward to summer. Looking forward with quotation marks.
Since Ubisoft is under turmoil, will we see a game coming out this year for Ubisoft?
God, I haven't. You know what? I totally blanked out. I didn't even remember Ubisoft.
Yeah, lah, because they have been they are now dumping cash, and then their 2 owners putting back in so that they won't be sold.
What games can they announce? I mean, they announced a bunch of games. Weird games, free-to-play games. Games that people may not even want to, but like, what are the games that people actually want to buy that they have to announce? Are they gonna do another Assassin's Creed?
Yes, that's
No.
why.
I don't think they're gonna do Watch Dogs.
Yeah, their business model is just a mess, and they themselves are also a mess.
I think this year has been a slump for them. I don't think there's gonna be a big new game by the end of the. Wait. Mario and Rabbids game, the new one. Is
this
it
year,
coming?
yeah, it's coming out this year. That's the only game.
Oh god, that's the only one with the set in stone date. Man, 2022 is for Ubisoft must has been sucking. It's not good. Like all of the stuff they have are all in production. There's no Prince of Persia remake. Splinter Cell remake is still too early. Who wants to play X Defiant? Or that
Defiant.
Or that Division Heartlands.
Homeland, yeah.
And then that Ghost Recon game that is what? It's supposed to be Battle Royale or PvPvE or whatever. I cannot remember that name.
It's just chaos there.
And they've announced what? Project Q?
Oh yeah, the other one. Like, excuse me, you have how many free-to-play games coming out?
They have a lot of games in production, but not a lot of games that we know that we want to play. Like all they keep saying, "Oh, we're making a game. Most of them are like, "We're making a game. Please come and work for us, please." Like the whole reason why they announced the Splinter Cell remake is because they want to announce that they are hiring.
They're hiring.
You know, things are very bad right now in there that they have to like recruit en masse.
Oh no.
A lot of brain drain.
Yeah, and then like I'm reading this article from Game Rant, like Ubisoft might be quietly deciding to watch that see, so it do be like that. Ubisoft, just sell off the Watch Dogs. Just sell the IP to like this one company. I think you like them. It's called Embracer Group. Just sell the IP. Just sell the IP to them. They will do the rest.
And at least give one studio to them as well. I don't know.
What?
Gi-
Pre
gi-
pre Ubisoft reflection from their driving mechanics punya jail.
yeah, that can work too. I mean, sell driver when you now that you've mentioned it.
My sweat tak yelah. You think you just sell off Ubisoft reflections and then they'll get the driver and Watch Dogs is basically Watch Dogs is just basically it is driver before they they scramble it up into a story about a man that hacks.
There is a thorough line to that. There's reports where it used to be a driver game until they pivoted to hacking, cool, Watch Dogs. And you have to remember before San Francisco there was Parallel Lines. Parallel Lines was basically a GTA clone. It's an open world driving game with guns. They let you shoot people that time. Better than Driver 3. Yeah, looking forward to summer. I guess we can wrap the news with one more story. One more.
Oh yeah. Speaking of the Microsoft punya tu.
Go.
Why? How? Where have we come to this?
Okay. Here's the thing. EVE Online, the space. How do I say this?
Space battle, whatever, battle real money, whatever.
Yeah, better. Basically, the metaverse.
The actual metaverse.
Actual metaverse here. Yeah. One of the, how do I say this? The inside memes is that it's just spreadsheet in space. So during the recent, I think like developer conference, convention.
Yep.
They revealed that EVE Online, CCP, is it CCP?
CCP Games.
Yeah, they have how do I say this? Collaborated with Microsoft for official plugin for EVE Online and Microsoft Excel. God dang it. Because the essence of EVE Online is trading and managing ships and resources. So the usage of spreadsheet is a given. So why not just embrace the meme and provide official support for Microsoft Excel? It's funny as hell. Take a look again.
Oh, by the way, the event is called eFanFest. Well, basically, it's the yearly fan event lah. Similar to TennoCon for Warframe.
Okay.
So fan convention for EVE Online.
But it's also one of I believe the FanFest. I cannot remember this correctly, but there is like we have announcements, right? The usual game announcements, but they also like have their community, not community, like they have like the council of players, like the people that they look to for feedback. So they meet up in real life for that as well, for those things. But yeah, have you looked at the link I've added to the docket?
Yeah,
It's like, oh man, that's how the plugin works. It's really like, open Excel. You type on some things that you want to see. Okay, like what ships are there in EVE Online right now, and then it appears there. You have the description. You have all the price and whatnot. And there's a small little EVE Online logo down there as well. Official plugin.
It's essentially, I mean, with JavaScript API, you can just do anything. Let's say you request and you get data. But with Excel, basically, it's built in there. You pull and it will be presented in a spreadsheet form. Even better, in my opinion.
No, I'm looking at the GIF where they do the usual Excel programming code, right? You can quote it at the adjust price or the current price and whatever else that they can put in. And then appears in the column.
Yep.
Man, these people are nerds. And it shows.
Oh,
I mean, there's always the stories about the MLMs and the war efforts. Now we have the the scams, and now we have the more mundane stuff. And even the mundane stuff in EVE Online is kind of weird. Man, these guys are something else.
Yep.
I'm still surprised Pearl Abyss owns them. Of all people, it's the Korean MMO guys that owns them.
Ooh.
Like,
Cool a bit.
yeah, they own them since 2019. Because I would not have expected a Korean MMO. But then again, both games, like both Black Desert Online and EVE Online, have like very specific, very detailed facial character customization for whatever reason. So I guess there is a Toro line, and there is a trading market for both
There
games.
is like a Venn diagram overlap there.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the type of players playing both games.
But the Venn diagram doesn't overlap with the war effort stuff and the in real life sabotaging. No, that doesn't have an overlap.
Oh no.
And no MLM
That comes
schemes.
later, yeah.
No MLM schemes in Black Desert, as far as I know. As far as I know. Don't know for sure. What a weird way to end this show and this
Yep.
podcast. And yeah, the thumbnails, I guess.
Ooh,
Excel spreadsheet.
Excel spreadsheet with the word Raya for no reason. Raya.
Raya, Mbappe.
Mbappe.
300 million. Sale.
Oh, price. Mbappe price 300 million.
300 million?
Raya price. Priceless. Oh no. What does Excel does when you don't have undefined, right?
Undefined.
The underscore exclamation mark undefined.
Boy, how?
And you want to put dangerous chefs as well?
Yeah, they just chef.
Never mess with chefs. Never. They cook your
Ah.
food. Don't bite the hand that feeds.
Yeah, you don't want to engage combat for no reason.
Do not engage PvP with cooks. Yeah, that's enough material to work with.
Yep.
So yeah, social links.
Alright. I have been Daniel. You can follow me on twitter.com/flaky, F4KY. I think that's correct. I've been working on, well, instead of Uden, which is releasing in 2 days' time, my review of MotoGP 22 is coming soon as well. But that'll be the first game. That will be on the May release. I guess. So that's about it. Anan?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter. Drop near DR4UPN1R. DR4UPN1R. Meck.
And I have been Amirul Mekronos Ashraf, Meckronos. Find me on Twitter there. As mentioned, there is a review of Rogue Legacy 2 out on gamermatters.com. And I have things that I cannot talk about right now.
Oh no.
Multiple
the
things.
NDAs. The NDAs.
You know what? This is why I don't get fear of missing out stuff. I always do things ahead of time, and I don't mind do things late and be late to the party. So I'll never be in the moment where I can talk to people. there's always stuff. But yeah, expect stuff to come to gamermatters.com ready when it's legally available.
legally available to talk about.
When we are legally unbounded. Another word for when the embargo is lifted. So just stay tuned. There are stuff cooking around. So many cook. And that's about it. That's Dialogue, the Game of Matters podcast. And
I'm tired of Raya, but there's 21 days to go.
you're not gonna be Raya all month. Man. One month celebration. No, that's summer. That's summer of games. 1 month celebration. Also hell.